Good evening, everyone. Very warm welcome from me as well to this conference. It's great to see you all out there. It's wonderful to see you here, Minister, as well. I think we're bringing together this evening a number of our government representatives, policymakers, people working in healthcare all across our islands and indeed from further afield. So a huge welcome to those of you who have travelled to Cayman to join us. I hope you're having a good time here already. The theme of our conference is sustainable healthcare, action on sustainable healthcare. I think I've got that roughly right. And I was wondering what that means for you. I imagine that if you say the word healthcare, sustainable healthcare, it probably means lots of different things to the variety of people who are sitting here in the room today. To people like me who are not actually active in the healthcare sector, it probably means making the most of your life, well-being. It's the reason I walk up 5 flights of stairs every morning to get to my office, and then am embarrassingly exhausted when I get to the top, kind of about how we can continue to do the things that we all love. How do we stay healthy? But for some people in the room, it might also mean, how are we looking after the people that we feel responsible for? Our kids, people who might be in our family with special needs, our elderly. I went to the older person's gala on Saturday night. I've never seen so many people on a dance floor in one go, and at least 2 of them were there with their Zimmer frames. So I have to say, hats off to the elderly residents in Cayman. But looking around the room that evening, I was aware that's not the whole story, and there are quite a lot of our elderly residents who are really struggling as well. So we need to kind of look after everyone, don't we? I imagine there's quite a lot of people in this room who are in the business of healthcare. So, for many of you, including in HSA, our sort of public sector provider, but also in the private sector, it is a business as well. So how do we make it a successful business that looks after all of our clients and patients? And how do we make that work on a commercial level? And maybe some of you are in the area of insurance as well. And then I think we're going to have policymakers, a lot of policymakers here over the next few days. So then that's kind of asking questions about, how do we put in place the right policies in a modern world? How are we using IT? How can we make healthcare kind of more accessible in the modern world? And what can we do about prevention and preventative action, which I know is something very close to the heart of our CMO. And then I don't know quite what Minister Catherine Ebanks-Wilkes is going to say in a minute, but I think if you're in government, you're probably thinking also cost, so how can we, and this is not just in Cayman but everywhere, how can we get the best healthcare service for us at the right amount of affordability? And I know in your strategic policy statement you talk about affordability and accessibility, and I think that's entirely right. So, looking forward, I think there's 2 things we can bear in mind. One is that we know we have to work in partnership. A number of you might have been at the Chamber of Commerce event earlier on today where we heard Premier Ebanks talking about the government's commitment to working in partnership with all of the many people and interests that we've got in the room today. We have to work together in partnership, and it's fantastic to hear the commitment from the government to that. And the other thing to say is, which I think makes us confident for the future, is just how strong Cayman is in its healthcare industry or its healthcare policies. You know, it's sophisticated. We're going from a position of strength. We're going from a position of leadership in many areas, I think, which is great. And that is down to a lot of the leaders in this room. And I wanted to pay tribute especially, finally, to our CMO, our Chief Medical Officer, Mr. Nick Gent, who is leaving us, I think, at the end of next week. So you have been a fabulous leader. You are not afraid to challenge our policies and to try and lead us forward. A massive welcome as well to Hilary Wolfe, who's taking over as our new CMO. But I just wanted to say a particular thank you to you, Nick. Really appreciate all your work. So thank you very much and enjoy the conference.